Hi, my name is Martin Kandra, and you're watching behind the scenes of my first feature film, Karols Message, of which I'm the director and scriptwriter. I started to work on this project back in January 2015 when I got approached by a producer of reality TV show Vitanzu Sen that I auditioned for. It basically translates Dance for a Dream. He said it is a film for kids, and I said, when do I start? At first I thought it was something small. I didn't want to believe that my dream is becoming reality, working with kids as well as directing a big movie. What else could I wish for? So I started to teach seminars at the Catholic school in Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. I started with the definition of mise-en-scene and then explained them the importance of identity in the film as well as how to write a script. I carefully explained all the aspects of pre-production, production, and post-production. We also had many long debates about possible obstacles and challenges that could jeopardize the production and that I, as a director, have to deal with. And we also covered festivals, marketing, distribution, as well as the law and ethics in media. I taught my kids the importance of teamwork and that it takes a village to make a movie. And those are the words of my professor Tom Garrett from University of Tampa in Florida, who was and still is my mentor. In the same time, I casted actors for the film, so some were picked at the casting where about 60 kids attended, and others I picked out of my seminars. I would like to mention that not one kid had undertaken a drama course or had any experience in this field whatsoever. So they were all just simple kids, a bunch of kids that I had to train. So we spent 3 days a week to rehearse dialogues and to get them camera ready for the film. You know, I love kids and I know how to work with them. And motivation is the key skill to have. As I believe that a good director is also someone like a psychologist that uses arts and symbolism to explain the actors what is needed from them. There were many kids in my class who wanted to help me with pre-production, so I had them take photos and videos of everything. I had Rebeka, one of my students, writing a journal about everything that has happened, all the obstacles we had to face and all the problems we had to deal with. Monica, another student of mine, was a script supervisor on rehearsals. They were pretty much my family, my friends, and my colleagues for past 4 months, and I have learned so much from them. They were my strength. And at the end of the day, the success of this film depends on them. It depends on how well I explain the aspects of production in a class. So technically, the success of this film is measured by the success of me being a good teacher. And the rest of the class worked on their project, on their short film, as I could not take everyone on board, and many of them had no free time anyway, as they were so busy with their after-class activities. And I just recently saw a horror film shot by a group of my students age of 15, and let me tell you, I was so proud of them. Obviously they had no professional equipment and only worked with what they had available, so they did a really good job. On the first day of production, I was obviously very nervous. It was my first feature film and, I was an outsider who didn't know anyone in my crew. On that day, we technically got to find out who we are and how we operate and so on. But at the end of the day, it was a very successful production day. I was very proud of my kids also, and so proud of Lukas Hucowski, who portrays the lead Thomas. You know, Lukas does a lot of poetry, and hence his intonation was obviously very theatrical, and I was worried he will not get rid of it, that he will have a problem with it. But he did it. He was so great, and we were all amazed by his performance. We also casted Zuzana Maureri and František Kovar, who are well-respected actors here in Slovakia, so I was just as happy as a kid in a candy store, you know? I would also proudly mention that I was the one who was dealing with pre-production of this film, so I planned 8 shooting days using Movie Magic scheduling software. Each and one of the shooting days finished on time, no delays, no weather obstacles, as I carefully planned it in my head. I counted the time that each eighth of a page would take to shoot. I also watched the weathercast every day, went location scouting, did storyboards, shot lists, and many different reports needed for the art or costume department. And because we were also shooting in a national park, I also wrote a bunch of letters to many different departments and made dozens of calls to get permission from government sorted to be able to shoot in the park. But the biggest challenge for me was the last minute changes of production dates. That was hard, I can tell you. We were supposed to shoot in the winter, but instead we shot in spring. So the mountains looked different when they were covered in snow, and the locations I picked were no longer meeting the requirements, so I had to do last minute revisions and adjustments of the storyline. And this, as all you can see, is the last take, where all the members of the crew came together with a big smile on the face, celebrating the successful end of the production. I hope that all peers will understand what I'm trying to say in this film and what the Karols Message really is about. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone for the hard work and the support we all given out to each other, and for the great teamwork and amazing memories. I would also like to send a special thanks to my professor, Tom Garrett, who always saw potential in me, and I hope I will make him proud. I also want to say a big thanks to all of those who stood by me during the difficult times and those who I have never met, but helped me to raise the money for me being able to continue the studies. And last but not least, Cheesecake, I want to thank you so much for showing me the way to follow my dreams. So thank you all, and I hope you liked the film, and see you in theaters in spring.